The opening tip won by the Rockets as we're underway in here.
Yeah, baby, here we go, here we go. Substitutions, Houston.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Thomas to Will Barton. From the painted area, won't go down. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Yeah, I know Will Barton got some votes for Sixth Man of the Year, and he finished 4th in all the balloting. But last year, his stock was at an all-time high, and he posted career best numbers across the board at 27 years old. It's good to see him play in the NBA the same way he played in the streets of Baltimore growing up.
Yes, Carmelo Anthony. Missed his first. That one goes. Knowing Carmelo Anthony, the competitor, you know he wants to do the same things as he was doing 5 years ago. Can he?
Well, the answer easy is no. Your mind is telling you yes, but your body is saying the exact opposite. The next step for Carmelo Anthony is to understand that he needs to keep it simple. If he's a catch-and-shoot player, help provide spacing and open up that lane for other players to attack.
Let the debate begin, Jay. Michael Porter Jr., steal of the draft for Denver.
Well, after all the tests he went through, if Michael Porter Jr. is healthy, then yes, he is the ultimate steal of the NBA draft. Going number 14 was an absolute shock to a lot of us analysts and people around the country. Last year, we were talking about this kid easily, and easily, by a wide margin, going with the first pick in the draft. This is a gem for the Denver Nuggets.
Thomas with the basketball. They trail by 1. To Will Barton. Slam dunk Will Barton. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
The drive right to the basket. Right down Broadway, 4-2.
These two teams are matching basket for basket. If the pace of the game is going to be like this, I need to start stretching.
To Thomas.
Defense, let's go.
Gets a look. Can't hit. To Chris. And count the basket inside.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Barton to Thomas. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Paul to Anthony. Here's a chance from long range. Not easy.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough 2 rather than an easy 3.
Thomas. To Millsap. Paul Millsap. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Paul into the front court. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. Marquise Chris knocked loose. Picked up by the Nuggets. Barton to Thomas. Lets it fly from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Off the assist.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Nuggets have the possession. Thomas to Will Barton. Short jumper won't fall.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
15-footer at the buzzer. So the Rockets with the lead after one at Toyota Center. Jay and I return to Houston after this. It's the NBA, and it's on EA Sports. The shooting in that first quarter was white hot. It's got to be hard to think these teams can keep up that pace in the second.
I don't know if I'm watching an all-star game or a regular season game, because I'm telling you right now, Ed, if it was the regular season, which it is, by the way, you probably want to see some teams play some defense.
Screen coming.
Porter goes to the left side. Has a look. Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
You know, everyone gets lucky from time to time. You played the probability game perfectly on that possession.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Good shot.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
To Paul. Fires the three. And the rebound claimed by Denver. J. Nikola Jokic, he's never made the playoffs, but upon further review, he is a special center.
Got that 5-year extension for $146 million, and I'm willing to say this, he will be one of the future centers in the game. And for all the fans at home, let me give you my top 5 centers real quick. I'll go with Joel Embiid, number 1, 2, DeMarcus Cousins, 3, Cat, Jokic at 4, and then rounding it all off, Rudy Gobert. Take that home.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. Changes coming from both sides right now.
We know what's coming. Go get it.
Substitutions, Houston. Substitutions, Denver.
Goes reverse to lay it in.
Ooh, I'm not sure if he's part of the Jelly fam or not, but this young player knows how to adjust mid-flight, and he finished that shot with some crazy English.
To Will Barton.
Screen coming.
And that's going to get out of bounds off of Harden. It remains Nuggets basketball. Porter.
You see the screen, get through.
Barton.
Hey, you gotta take
For
that.
3, can't connect. It's no good. Beyond the arc for 3. Not that time. He misses. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Nuggets with the basketball. To Anthony. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in 3-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a 2-point shot relevant these days.
Couldn't keep it in. Out off Will Barton.
I got ball. Here we go, hot ball.
To Harden. Going to launch beyond the arc. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
To Will Barton. Here comes the screen. Barton picked up by Carmelo Anthony. To Porter. From the outside. Slams it home on the putback.
And that's what he does. I love players like this. We don't need to draw any plays for you to go out and get yours.
to Anthony. Fires the three. Textbook defense. Knocked loose. Jokic. Wide open look, won't go.
And I'm telling you right now that the defense is playing with fire right here. If they keep giving up open looks, they will not have the lead eventually.
4-2. The assist.
Nuggets have the possession. Jay, the Nuggets bring a lot back. They go out and sign a guy like Isaiah Thomas. There's a lot to work with on this roster.
Yeah, and they also got Will Barton, which is huge for them this offseason. That's exactly what Mike Malone is trying to do. He's trying to build the identity of this team. And I've heard coaches talk about this for a long time now. I'd rather have talent and mold that talent than have no talent and have my game.
Clint Capella trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 48% free throw shooter. Oh, he can't connect. To Will Barton. And he's going to the free throw line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Will Barton has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 79% the line. Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. And now Houston has the basketball. Deep left corner. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Surveys the floor. Knocked loose. Rockets have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
I got him. Here we go.
To Capella. Clint Capella. He's now 5 for 6.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
From long range. Not that time. Porter. Great look and vision. To Porter.
1 minute remaining in the second.
Barton shot off the mark. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
And Melo will be the first one to tell you this. He's not ready to be a role player just yet. He can still put up points in bunches. Didn't shoot the ball that well last year. Averaged around 16 a game. The lowest total of his 15-year career.
Wow. 4-3. No good. The follow won't go either. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Will Barton. Here's a chance from long range. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. Harden. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
To number 10, Eric Gordon.
Will Barton is going to get a chance at 3 here. He's perfect from the line so far. Can't connect on the first free throw. Second of 3, no good. And he knocks down that free throw.
Easy layup.
And number 17, PJ Tucker.
That'll get out. Last touch by Capella. Deep 3 at the buzzer. It's good. And it gets them closer as we reach the end of the first half. First half comes to an end. The Rockets with the lead.
The Rockets put together a nice half and were rewarded with a solid lead.
It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities.
That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Houston Rockets. The Nuggets were in need of a bit more scoring if they wanted the halftime lead. Of course, they still have 2 quarters to turn things around, but it won't happen without making some adjustments. These are the guys getting buckets for the Denver Nuggets.
Game trap. Assists.
Great effort makes for great highlights. These guys are playing a relentless style of basketball that really suits them.
Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Thomas to Jokic. Short jumper misses. To Harden. James Harden. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
You see, here's why versatility is so imperative for your offensive repertoire. If you're a one-trick pony as a defender, I know exactly how to defend you because you only do one thing. But if you have versatility, then the coach can put you in multiple looks within the offense, and then you can get it any way you want it.
Runner's good there.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
J46 wins, not good enough for Denver. Now the Nuggets trying to turn away the sting of losing that play-in game to Minnesota.
Actually, one could make the case that they could have been a playoff team if Paul Millsap didn't miss a huge chunk of the season. But I will say this about the Nuggets. They have the most underrated backcourt in the NBA when you think about Gary Harris and Jamal Murray. Both guards that can do it off the dribble and are both great leaders.
Knocked loose. A shot right.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. New blood coming in for both sides.
Chris Paul. Into the game for Denver.
Millsap
14. Harry Harris.
to Jokic. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Millsap to Jokic. Oh, Nikola Jokic. He has struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
And ISO basketball is becoming a thing of the past. Team basketball is back. And if you have that personnel with the versatility plus the mindset, game over.
Buries the wide open 3. That's too easy.
When a rookie starts to believe that he not only can play, but more importantly, he belongs, nights like this become more and more common.
To Jokic. Oh, Capella up to block it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Anthony. Oh, he had him there for a second. To Anthony. It goes down. Oh, he's feeling good. Maybe too good.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Thomas across the timeline. Trailing by 14. Barton here against P.J. Tucker. To Jokic. Barton. Oh, had him going there for a second. A pass taken away by the Rockets.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort, it's off the charts.
Oh, pass stolen by the Nuggets.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop a great passing team.
Denver's got it. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Count the basket at the rim.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring now, the rookie here tonight.
Now the Nuggets signaling for timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Thomas into the front court. His guys down big. To Paul. Lets it fly from long range. He was all over him. Thomas with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Slams it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first three quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
To Chris. Tucker. Fires the three. That's good D. Shot no good. Porter. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Oh, nice find for the basket.
And the Nuggets really need GH to be one of their primary offensive scorers. He's really responded to that challenge as well. Up to 17.5 points per game, and you finally see the game slowing down for the young player.
Pass there, taken away by Denver. With the flush, taking on all comers.
As a defender with inferior athletic ability, there's really not a lot you can do when you're outside the restricted area and you're caught lost in space.
Screen coming. To Chris. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
For three. No good. That's great defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
And look out. Big finish at the rim. Now the Rockets will use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Now Paul with the basketball. Counting down toward a minute to play in this third quarter. And he'll go to the foul line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
First one, count it. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. To Porter. That's blocked by Nene.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
And hits the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. And he buries it.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
A fundamental shot right there.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Great pass to set it up. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Straight on 3. At the buzzer. 3 quarters down. The Rockets way out in front. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the 4th quarter.
You know what's coming. Go get it.
Substitutions, Denver. Substitutions, Houston.
Nice finish at the rim.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Denver ball right now. Thomas to Jokic. Nice pass to set things up. Thomas buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Has a chance, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
To Thomas. Beyond the arc for 3. And Isaiah Thomas, good on the quick release for 3.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Driving right to the basket. Another chance. And a put-back slam. Late heave to beat the buzzer. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets added a win with today's solid victory. And some people may disagree, but I think their ball movement was the biggest key to their victory. Still, I think we'd all agree that they made the defense look slow and confused throughout this matchup. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Houston Rockets. The Nuggets put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result. But they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Denver Nuggets.
Game track. Fast break points.
The Denver Nuggets did so many things wrong when it came to defending the fast break. I'm not sure it's the kind of thing that can be fixed with a single practice, so they better get started, and soon. Their lack of hustle was pretty obvious in the opening half.
Player of the game.
And while you can't track leadership on a stat sheet, it was by far the most impressive thing he did in this game.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's what's coming up for the Houston Rockets. On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.